Gilligan has been fairly unruffled by the scholarly criticism of her work, partly because Gilligan is also a feminist epistemologist. Recall from our book that epistemological relativism implies ethical relativism, but not all the other way around, right? So you can be an ethical relativist without thinking that all knowledge is relative. But if you think that all knowledge is relative, then what you know about ethics is going to have to be relative also. So epistemological relativism, held by Gilligan and many other radical feminists, is the more radical position. The radical relativists say that to give in to the demands for standard scientific evidence is to give in to the dominant culture. And Gilligan quoted Audre Lorde, who wrote, "The master's tools will never dismantle the master's house." In this case, the master's tools, refers to the standard scientific method, which is seen as masculinist. The non-essentialist feminists also criticized care-focused ethics and proposed power-focused ethics instead. They argue that care-focused ethics takes a stereotypical view of women that's historically been used to keep them in their place, that an oversized female identity, since women care about justice too, of course, and it's based on a false analogy between familial and political relationship. Power-focused female ethicists worry about the care-focused ethics. For example, Sheila Mollett warns women that they must be cautious in caring and ask if doing so is serving their own self-realization. My observation is that, well, not always in family life. We can't always worry about our self-realization. Sometimes you just have to change diapers. But that was okay for me to change diapers it's okay for me to care for my family. It's okay for me to change my kids' diapers. But that's a lousy model about how I, or especially a woman, should act towards society. And finally, I'm going to let philosopher Martha Nussbaum offer some of her own worries about the effects of care-focused ethics on women. If you have comments on that, please note them in our Canvas discussions.